All right, everyone. Mike Volkin here with another Freelancer Masterclass video for you here. And by the way, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. We've got over 3,000 subscribers already. So thank you for sharing and subscribing. And if you haven't already, just click that subscribe button there below somewhere. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about the 43 Upwork invites I got in 1 month. It's not out of the ordinary for me to get that, but in talking to many freelancers who usually get 2 to 3 a week at best, they were just shocked when I showed them I get at least one a day, if not more. So I'm going to show you how I did it and how you can too. I do believe, not just because I'm on the homepage of Upwork or I've been on their expert panels or I speak at some of their summits, they don't give me any special attention in their algorithm than I have earned, than any one of you can earn as well. So I'm going to show you how I do that. All right, first of all, what is an Upwork invite? Well, sometimes you'll get an email that'll say invitation to interview for, and it'll say the name of the project. That's what an Upwork invite is. All right. So I've got 43, and here I'm going to prove it to you. Here's some screenshots I took from my Gmail. Here's me searching for the word invitation to interview for in quotes. That means it has to be that exact phrase in the subject line because that's how the emails come in. They always start with that. All right. And I'm just searching for a date of 1 month here. All right. And yeah, so here is the actual 43. Now, I didn't want to take like 8 screenshots, but you can see the dates here. On this date, I got 4 of them. On this date, I got 3 or 4. Oh, I got a whole bunch on September 16th. And then on the last screenshot, I just took the first and second, but there were 2 that I left out. But you can see it goes all the way back from the 1 month period because today is the 22nd of September. I'm going back to August 23rd. So the total there is 43. All right. So what I did was, just so you know, it's not kind of abnormal for me to get that amount. I went back from January 1st until today, September 22nd, or yesterday. Actually got several today. I should have included today. That would have bettered my stats. But at any rate, I got 271 over the course of the year so far. So that basically, if I take the 9 months, which the 9 month is the ninth month isn't even completed yet, still got another 10 days to go, and then I divide it by that 271, that means I'm getting over 30 invites a month. That's consistently over 1 a day, not 1 every working business day, but 1 a day at least, if not more. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm in the higher echelon of people. I don't think there's very many freelancers who get that, so I want to share my experience and how I did that. So first of all, why are invites so good? Well, first of all, you're 3 times more likely to get the job if you're invited. And that's not just a stat I threw out. That is a stat that I've actually done. I've actually calculated my conversion rates from clients that jobs that I applied for versus ones that I've actually gotten through an invite. And I was 300% more likely to get that job that it's closed, to get that closed job if I was invited. And also the big thing is when you go on discovery calls, that initial call with that prospect, a lot of it is like them qualifying you to see if you're a good fit. But if somebody invites you, that discovery call starts a lot more different. Okay, it starts off with them already liking you, and you can go right into the questions where you are interviewing them, and instead of them interviewing you, it's a total turnaround flip, and it's a lot more pleasant to be on those calls. So do you want to know something sad? And this is my research. 82% of invites go unresponded to. So now Upwork actually charges clients for sending out invites. They get 3, I believe, and then they have to pay, I think, a few cents or something for every other additional invite. So they don't invite. A lot of clients usually just go invite like 40, 50 people. And the freelancers got upset with that. So now Upwork smartly limits them to 3. Per job, by the way. So my research actually shows that 82% of invites go unresponded to. How do I know that? Well, I also hire a lot on Upwork. Okay, so I had reviewed my last, I think I went up to 55 or 60 invites and found out I went through each project that I did that to, and I found out how many freelancers did not respond to that invite, and the answer was 82.1% or something like that. That's really sad. I am literally inviting you. I want to hire you, and you're on Upwork to be hired, so why aren't you responding to that invite? It's crazy. Now, it could be like, hey, the job wasn't a match, but I don't send out invites to people who I don't think are going to be a great fit. All right. So it's really sad that 82% of people don't check their email or even respond to invites. Okay. Now, what you should do is capitalize on them. Always respond to a job invite in less than an hour, and you will most likely get that job. And also, get on a call with that prospect on the same day if you can, that the invite came in, and you're a virtual lock for the job. So how do I handle that? Well, I know I'm going to get invites every day. Even if I didn't, I would do this. I always set it aside 1 hour a day. That's enough room for at least 2 discovery calls, because I don't go over a half an hour for a discovery call, or you're going to pay me for it. That's my rule, okay? And I'm nice when I say stuff like that. I'm like, listen, if you want more than half an hour of my time, I work, my time is my money. So, and most companies are pleased to hear that, okay? But anyway, get on a call with the prospect the same day. I schedule an hour a day just for unknown discovery calls, for people that want to invite me that same day. And I do that because I know that if I get on the same day as an invite comes in, I'm a virtual lock for that job, okay? And hey, if I don't have 2 invites that come in that day, or 2 invites of discovery calls that want to go on that day, it's an extra hour that I can spend doing whatever, billable work or playing tennis or whatever I want to do, okay? So let's get to the meat of this. How did I do that? Well, number 1, completely fill out your profile. That's super important. And my phone is going crazy. Oh, you know what? Speaking of Upwork invites, look what just came in. So can I put this on there? I don't know if you can read that. Upwork invite. It's literally coming in as I'm doing a video on Upwork invites. That's kind of ironic, but it happens. I don't know why that's like my 6th one today. Maybe I should go redo this video and do the stats over again and include these 6. The Upwork algorithm changes, so you're going to see spurts of invites, by the way, and then you're going to have dead spots. But that's fine. I mean, it all evens out, right? But first of all, completely fill out your profile. A major part of your ranking factor on Upwork is the completeness of your profile, okay? And if you don't know that, take my Upwork Mastery course. That is like of primary concern to get your profile completely filled out. Number 2, update your portfolio. A lot of times when clients, especially someone like me who is looking into freelancers' work, and I hire a lot of creatives, and your portfolio is out of date, or it shows something that was done 5-6 years ago, then I know, number 1, you're probably not going to be responsive if I even didn't invite you. And number 2, what have you done in the last 5 years to get better at what you're doing? You know, I mean, sometimes a portfolio seems dead, outdated. You know, you should always keep your portfolio updated for the very reason of keeping it fresh, okay? Number 3, change your title and experiment with title changes, okay? If you're not getting invites, there's something wrong with your title. Most often, from the freelancers that ask me to take a look at their profile, it's too generic. Like if you're a graphic designer, your title is graphic designer. Oh, really? Okay, tell me more, Mr. Obvious. You know, make it compelling, make it clickable, make them want to click on something, okay? Oh, I should tell you before we go on to tip number 4, I did a fun little experiment. I don't think it would be fun for most freelancers, but I wanted to see for 10 days if I would get more invitations to interview, more invites, if I changed my title to "Here's Why You Shouldn't Hire Me as a Marketer." So I did get actually more invites, because it turns out, and it wasn't statistically significant. It wasn't like 30% change, but it was slightly more. I think the final number was like 5 or 6%. But just that title alone was clickable enough for people to look into my profile, okay? And I asked some of the people who invited me, I'm like, why did you invite me based on that title? They're like, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was intriguing. That was some of the feedback I got, okay? Tip number 4, do whatever you can to be a rising star, meaning get that category as a rising star. If you're new, a lot of times people have rising star categories. If you don't know what a rising star category is, go to Google, type in Upwork Rising Star, and it'll define what it is, okay? Or have a job success score, JSS, job success score of 90% or higher, because a lot of times with clients look for freelancers to invite, they use those filters, and those are 2 very popular filters, 90% or higher or rising star, okay? Now, care about the right keywords and use them often. So think about the highest and best work that you can do for a client. Let's go back to that graphic design example. People might type in the word graphic designer, but there might be something more specific, because if a client were to type in graphic designer, they're going to get a ton of results. But if what they're really looking for is a Photoshop expert, CS6 Photoshop expert, like a particular version of Photoshop, then put in your profile that you're a CS6 Photoshop expert. That way, if they type in, I need help with Photoshop 6, as their keyword, or Photoshop CS6, you're going to more likely come up as opposed to the long list of graphic designers who will come up, okay? So what you have to do is boil all of your highest and best work down to keywords and make sure that they're in your profile. And then get your profile copyright, and this is huge. No one wants to see a profile that is written in like broken English or missing words or all caps. Hire somebody, ironically, on Upwork to professionally copyright your profile. Okay, it takes 2 or 3 hours of work from someone who might charge $30 to $60 an hour, but that is one of the best things you can do to get a return on your investment. That is not an expense, it is an investment. Good writing converts better than just about anything you can do. Okay, so once somebody gets into your profile, you're going to want them to invite you, and they won't if your writing is crap, basically. Okay, even if you're a writer, I am not ashamed to say I've gotten my profile on a couple of occasions professionally copywritten, and I'm an author. I've written 5 books, but I know what it's like being in my paragraphs all the time, rather than somebody coming from an outside perspective saying you should state this differently because of this reason. Okay. Tip number 7: test, and test again. Keywords, test them. Always be rotating different keywords in and out. Use them at least 3 times in your profile. Profile image. I don't want to see your profile image looking like this or like this, off to the side. Nice, filling this. Your image should fill. Your face should fill the screen. Nice smile, not too much, like that. Don't be a freak. But you should experiment with different profile images. In my Upwork Mastery course, I show you a good way to do that very easily and to get feedback on it. Okay, there's a tool you can use. And then titles. Always experiment with different titles. I don't think my title has remained the same for a 2-week period since I joined Upwork years ago. I'm always playing around with different titles. Okay, Upwork gives you great stats. Look at your stats page. If you go into the toolbar at the top of your account, there's a My Stats section. Go ahead and look at all those My Stats, those stats on the My Stats page. There's a reason why Upwork gives you those statistics. They're telling you what's important to you. They're telling you what's important to their algorithm. Okay, so pay attention to them. All right, so I hope this presentation was very enlightening for you to go out and get some more Upwork invites. Best of luck.